Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done one of my video blogs that's just of a personal nature rather than an event or something that's going on. And I've been through a lot of stuff since then. Just to let you know, I'm working on one of my pieces while we're doing this. I hope you don't mind. So here it is. Ooh. So I'm just kind of coloring. Helps me to sort of think. So I am now staying with my friend Gideon and Jason, and they are awesome for giving me a place to grow from here, and a lot of amazing things have been going on. So this particular memory keeper is because so many good things are going on. Within the span of like just a couple weeks, that I feel like I want to do a memory keeper so that I can remember, oh my gosh, all the stuff that happened. So one of the amazing things you already know about is out Boulder. I have my show up in Boulder at the Pride House, and thanks to Liz Bricks for that. She is the one who got me the showing, and I kind of helped her out because she had an artist that she had set up for like months in advance, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, was it this week? You know, sort of thing. And I was like, oh yeah, it was. So that's kind of what happened. And let's see, other amazing things. Talked to a woman who I met from the steampunk convention, AnomalyCon. And she asked me if I would like to illustrate a children's book with her. So she sent me the story, and we are now going to work together. So, yay! As soon as things are more solidified, I will let you know on my progress on that. But then that gave me another idea, which I just thought was like, oh yeah, I forgot that. Actually, it had to do with doing the video blog, the memory keeper for Out Boulder, and my opening. So one of the pictures I have up there is a picture of something that came out of a story that I was doing with another person who does children's books. And the idea, well, the general concept behind it, was just that the story was going to be done doing a chalk art a page at a library. And so it would be neat because the book would get publicity before it was ever even officially created. And I never heard of anyone else doing this, so I was really stoked and excited, except for she did really, really well with vampire novels, and that totally took off for her. So the children's book kind of just got dropped. And that's okay because it was a really great experience for me because I got to go around the country, and that's freaking cool, and had a really wonderful adventure doing that. But I really, really like the idea of doing a children's book, doing chalk art. And so my friends Polly Lippman and Melissa Axel both got projects started on Kickstarter, which is like an investment community where you get to invest in other people's hopes and dreams and projects, but it has to have an end product. It has something that has to have been created at the end of it. So my idea is, because the other children's book with the person who talked to me from the convention wants me to do my traditional art, which is fantastic because I love doing that. But I really like the children's book idea with the chalk art. So I am trying to put together something for a Kickstarter because it's a project. It's something that involves the community because all the local libraries have really been hit hard in Colorado because of the fact that we have like just a huge landfall of not having income for the state, and so the libraries are getting hit really hard as a result of that, which is very sad. And the other part of it is that usually in the summer, I go to several different libraries and do chalk art programs. Well, nobody's approaching me this year about it, and I know that it's because of the budget shortfalls. Um, so if I do this Kickstarter program or project, here's the cool thing that happens. For 4 months, I would go to 32 libraries. That's 8 libraries a month, 2 libraries a week. And I would do chalk art. So the cool thing is that because other people would invest in me, oh, and by the way it works with Kickstart is like you have your target, your goal that your friends, family, and other people will do, and then Kickstarter says if you make it up to this point, we'll match it, or something to that effect. You don't make it up to that point by the deadline, you get nothing. So it's almost kind of like gambling. You're like, "Ooh, here we go. This is the last 24 hours. We've only got this far to go. Come on, come on," and everyone's cheering. And it gets done everywhere. And, some people get the programs beforehand, but it is kind of like gambling because it was like that when we did it with Polly Littman's project and Melissa Axel. And I was like telling everyone, and I was putting on my Facebook page and all this kind of stuff. And I'm really excited because they both got their projects off the ground, which makes me really, really, really proud and really, really happy for them. And so I feel like this wouldn't just be helping me, I would be helping out 32 libraries in Denver, well, the Denver general area. And for to be able to go there and not just go there and do the page. That's not what I want to do. I like the idea that when I do my things, I put little outlines and I put a chalk inside of an area that needs to be colored in, and then anybody can walk up and help me. And I encourage them to do that. In fact, I do that at the Denver Chalk Art Festival, and I've got some amazing little pictures of this cute little boy that joined us last year. So I'm really excited about that, and I want to do it again. So let's see. Ta-da! I know, all I did was color in the lines. Anybody can do that. But I also colored the lines. So anyway, that's sort of my idea. The reason it's 32 pages is because when I went to Lulu Press, 32 was the minimum for color printing and the book binding at the right size for what would be a children's book. And so 2 libraries a week is doable over 4 months. And I really don't think that I want to do more than that, because then I'm starting to push into times where we have really, the weather starts getting iffy, and like if there's a rain or something, you want to be able to reschedule it, or things like that, things of that nature. But I like the idea that I would be going to the libraries and teaching the kids how to do chalk art and making it a community project. And at the end, there's this book. And so every library will have like a page that is theirs out of the book. And, I'm just sort of thinking out loud here, like one of the project's ideas is that I could be able to print out of the Kickstarter project 250 books so that the people that helped to invest in me could get a book at a discounted price because they invested, and or depending on how much they invest, get a free book. And dedications would go inside of the book, like, this page was provided by, investors, and But I wouldn't say just investors. I'd think of something creative like the Duke of Fairydom, or, I don't know, just something fun. And I kind of like that idea. I like it, because in museums and stuff where there are people that invest in the museum, they get a little plaque or something like that. Well, be the same, only with my book. So anyway, that's my idea. So right now I'm doing things like going to look for the kind of camera that I would need to be able to buy in order to make print quality photographs of the chalk art pieces and stuff like that. So, and I also think that I would be doing things like getting really good at being portable. So when I went across country, that was a mess. That was not very portable. And I had all my stuff, and several carts that I had got eaten by the whatever the system is that they use for throwing bags around, because they destroyed my carts and stuff. And then the chalk gets really beat up and broken and dusty and all that sort of thing. So it'll be good practice for me to figure out how to become more portable. But in the end, there's a final product, and then there's a way to say this is the beginning and this is the end. And that's sort of the criteria for Kickstarter projects. So, yeah. Let's see. Other good things that happened. Oh, my friend Joshua was kind of down and out. He's out of school and having, just kind of a ho-hum time. Being out of school is a lot like being unemployed. The feeling was mutual for him. And so he was keeping me up late, keeping me company. The muse was keeping me up late doing stuff like this. He was keeping me company online. I said, hey, why don't you meet me tomorrow and, we'll hang out. So he did, and we were exchanging stuff like slam poets and showing each other things. And he's like, oh, I can't write poetry. And I said, yeah, you can. What if I showed you how? And so I did. I showed him this algorithm for poetry. So the algorithm that I call it, it's called bullshit poetry. And it's called bullshit poetry because the only goal of the poetry is to make the listener or reader do this. Wow. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. That's all it's supposed to do. That's it. That's the end point. That's the goal. It's but in order to make somebody do that, it's got to be deep. Except for, it's just one of those things. But anyway, you'll just have to come see me if you want to know how to do the algorithm. He did it, and it was amazing. Oh my God, like all I did was show him how to do the first stanza. So I'll give you a little thing. So all you do is you look around your environment and you pick 2 or 3 colors. That's how you start. Okay. Blue. Slate gray. Let's see. Black leather. Like the leather from a Hell's Angels jacket. So you take these colors, black, gray, and blue, and you jazz it up somehow. So it's like Superman blue, slate gray, like you'd see on a tombstone that had been out for 100 years, and the black leather of a Hell's Angels jacket. And that's how you start. You start there, and it's like, you take